Hey guys, so I thought I'd do this video. I thought this would be a really important video to actually make. So you see a lot of people asking questions and stuff like that, um, on forums and stuff saying, should you exercise when you have muscle pain? And if you've got injuries and stuff like that, there's a limit. There is a limit. So first you've got to analyze what kind of muscle pain is it? So are we talking just sort of like, a little bit sore muscle pain, or are we talking quite high muscle pain, that sort of thing? So first off, if it's muscle pain in which it's just like, you know, a very delicate, I'm really bad at descriptions, but if it's like it doesn't feel like really painful or anything like that, but it just feels that, it feels like you've used muscles that you haven't used before, that sort of pain. Then obviously carry on with that. What I'd say when to stop is if it's whatever that word, if it's really painful, the muscle pain, because you could have pulled something. So say you've established that you've pulled a muscle, you've torn a muscle, something like that, and you're in really pain, or you've overused a muscle, and that's in pain. My tip I would say is don't carry on. um, Exercise something which, another part of the body. The reason why I say this is because you're going to take a lot longer to actually heal that muscle. You're just going to be in pain all the time. It's just going to be a massive circle. Now, I have done this is like to do with experience. So there's a time where I started running, and I ended up, at first I didn't know what it was. Like my knees were like, one of my knees, it was really painful. It turned out I got runner's knee. I carried on running, which wasn't the best thing. So I did carry on, and I thought this isn't helping. You know what? I'm gonna stop running. So I stopped running. I was wearing like a supportive wrap thing. I can't remember what it's called or whatever. And I stopped running. I still walked to work and stuff like that, but I just stopped running, and it healed itself. Like it healed itself, but you know what I mean, like sort of slowed down. I've currently got an injury at the minute. I've pulled some muscle. It could have been a torn or whatever um in my what do you call it again? What do you call lower leg? What's it called again? Calf, that's it. I pulled muscle in a calf, and I did that by using the cross trainer. I know it was that because it happened there. I carried on. I went to the boxing gym. It was fine because I don't really, use a lot of muscle when it comes to legs. So then I went to the normal gym that I did and went back on the cross trainer. I wish I never did it. I was in so much pain. I was like, holy shit. I had work as well. I was in so much pain at work. So then I was like, you know what? Don't use the cross trainer. Go on the bike instead. So I went on the bike, and again, I just cut it out using that because obviously using the cross trainer, if you don't know what it is, just search it anyway. You use more of your calf muscle, and then on the bike you use more of your thigh muscles. So I just switched to the bike, and now like I'm taking my ibuprofen and everything, but I'm noticing obviously I'm healing a lot quicker. I'm not in pain. So my advice is, when it comes to muscle pain, if you're in really bad pain, then you've pulled something, you've done something wrong, just stop. Like, don't completely stop at your workouts, but just, adapt to what you've injured. So, say for example, as well, I've given some examples anyway, but, work around it. Obviously, if it's just normal, like, muscle pain where it's like sort of like, You know what I'm on about if you know what muscle pain is. You know, you've used muscles that you haven't used before. You've pushed yourself, that sort of muscle pain as well. You've pushed yourself, but it's not completely painful. It's like a good painful feeling, if that makes any sense, because you know that you've used up your muscles. But if it's in complete pain, then, you know, just don't carry on. Another example as well quickly is my ab area. I started like I've done exercise, well, I've done exercise before, but I haven't been in the gym in years. I was doing a lot of like push-ups and everything like that, and again I must have pulled a muscle or something like that. I was in pain. Tried to do sit-ups, I just couldn't do sit-ups, couldn't do push-ups, so I was like, you know what, we'll leave it for a week. Left it for a week, about a week and a few days, come to do the push-ups and everything like that. I was doing them fine. So yeah, again, you know, if you're in so much pain, then just don't do it. But if you're in like sort of your normal like muscle pain, use muscles you haven't used before, then that is fine. You know, just if you're an excuse I can't even say that goddamn word, but if you're in a lot of pain, then just stop doing it. Just stop doing it. And when you've stopped doing it and it still hurts, then obviously that's when you need to go to your doctor, because, you know, maybe it's something quite serious. So yeah, that's it for this video. So bye guys.